Today on the program, we are discussing a day that is described as the happiest day of any girl's life.
It is expected that you respect God and also give honor to yourself on your wedding day.
Our wedding day is the day we want to show to the world we are laying a foundation of a society, a micro society for the macro society.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Amazons.
Welcome to Amazons. Today on the program, we are discussing a day that is described as the happiest day of any girl's life. We are discussing a day where two families come together as one. We are discussing a day, though is the happiest of a girl's life, the happiness is suppressed. A day where a lady shows grace, a day where a lady shows comportment, a day that is known as the wedding day. I have my beautiful Amazons with me. Dolapo, Bimbo, don't you love to go to weddings?
No, I don't.
Why not?
Because I get bored.
By?
Sitting in one place for too long, I'm like that.
You mean the reception or the church?
Oh.
Or the mosque?
Oh. After 30 minutes of, I'm a very restless person. So after 30 minutes of sitting in one place, all I can do is this. I'm itching to run away.
Okay, so what do you think? I mean, with all the preparations for a wedding, the actual day, the bride expectant, the groom also, you know, although some grooms, they don't know whether to go ahead with it or pull back, you know, the girl is ecstatic. The girl looks forward to a wedding day. Some people start planning their own wedding by themselves as soon as they know what a wedding is. Dolapo, what do you think of weddings?
I think wedding is a beautiful union of two people who are in love and they've come together to celebrate it, and also, you know, of their own free will decide to live, you know, together as one. I go to weddings. If I know the people, if they're very close to me and I know them, then I can do all the church thing and proceed to the reception until the evening. But if I don't know them, I tend to go maybe around 4 at the reception, just when it's due. So I'll show my face, I'll give the gift if I have anything to give, and I'll come out of there. Because sometimes for me, it gets a bit too much.
Okay.
When I have to be truthful, it's like a lot of people forget what a wedding is really about in this country. Because sometimes it's not about how flashy you can make it. It's about two people coming together in the house of God, be it a church or a mosque or wherever, and saying, I do. With God as witness, you swear by his name in his house, and you say, I want to live with this person for the rest of my life. It's not all about bringing in a limousine, a 20-stretch limousine or whatever, or handing out pots and wearing 50,000 naira shall be that you will not wear after that day.
So you are not interested in the elaborate preparations for wedding?
I think you should save that money to start your lives.
No, I disagree with you, Bimbo, because I believe that for every woman, you only want to do it once. And for every parent, the fact that your daughter has gone through school and you've managed to keep them on the safe and narrow road, and, you know, finally they've managed to bring a man home and they are getting married, especially on the bridal side, on the bride side now, you know, it's something that, you know, if you want to roll out the drama, you can afford to. I'll say go ahead. It's your choice. And if you can afford it, then fine.
When was the last time you were at a wedding?
I went to a wedding, I think, a couple of months back.
What was the bride wearing?
She was wearing white.
Describe the dress.
Oh, well, I can't remember.
That's it.
No, most
you
weddings.
You can't remember.
Most weddings, Bimbo,
no matter how
elaborate in planning, they are elaborate in celebration. It is not only about the families being elaborate. Even the bride, the groom go out of the ordinary to make the wedding a memorable one to them. They can remember what their wedding was like. The memories of that wedding lives with them for as long as they wanted to live, to remain with them. The question I really want to ask is, we say a wedding is, You know, you are supposed to suppress your happiness as a woman.
Why?
You're supposed to show grace. You're
Why?
supposed to show comportment. But the weddings we see these days, the bride is not the traditional bride that we know in celebration anymore. The church is where you see the sobriety. The church is where you see the pretense of, okay, this is what the church wants, or the mosque. You know, you cover yourself up, here comes the bride, and then you walk in step by step, you know, as though, you know, this is a ritual I have to go through. But as soon as that is over, you go to the reception. The veil is taken off. The kiss has been done in church. The ring is in your finger. The bride lets go. Tradition forgotten. Happiness expressed in a very, very elaborate and sometimes not too, you know, graceful manner.
What does,
For me,
I don't understand that.
No, you know what, for me, if you're talking about the fact that, you know, maybe back then, you know, brides were demure in their, you know, in the way they act, they were quiet and everything. Maybe back then, I mean, if you think about it, you understand, it was the epitome of womanhood to actually be a virgin before you marry. You know, it's our culture. You understand, to keep yourself together, and you need to display this. But now some brides are pregnant when they're getting married. Some of them are already cohabiting together. They fly back from wherever they're living together and they come back. You know, so it's like, you know what, it's more of a, I think it's more of a ritual that they need to perform for the parents rather than the traditional act of, you know what, you're supposed to be like this and you're supposed to act like this. And I don't see anything wrong with a bride letting go. For God's sake, there's no need to pretend.
What I think it is that maybe years back, there was a lot of pretense. Let me pretend to be the person that everybody wants to see. And today, women have grown into their own skins and they understand that this is my day. I'm getting married for the rest of my life. Because you usually think it will be for the rest of your life, even though some marriages end up in the divorce. So what it is that you're happy and you're expressing your joy the best way you know how to. And if it's dancing, you want to dance, I say carry on.
We are going to be getting some more perspectives, you know, a broader perspective into this, this question of a bride's day. If it is right for the bride to throw decorum to the winds, if it's right for the bride to throw caution to the wind, if it's right for the bride to throw values to the winds and celebrate in the manner as though it was a contest, a disco party, after the break.
Marriage is the consummation of union between a man and a woman, both of whom pledge to live together as husband and wife till death separates them. The union is usually cemented with a wedding ceremony, which sometimes are very elaborate with a lot of fanfare. Music and dance characterize the events, with the couples showing their delight with delectable dance steps. However, of great concern is the way and manner most couples in the new school category throw caution to the wind and embark on dance steps that are, to say the least, obscene. What is responsible for this trend?
You know, there is a serious drop in moral values, even, you know, with the exception of even the religion, even our own cultural moral values, everything, you know, as there is serious decadence.
What is going on today is still what is happening in the society. When we say society, society is human beings, people. So it's the people from the society who come to the church. And if the church is not putting their foot down to say, no, this is not right, so people from the society who come into the church, they bring what they bring from the society into the church. The church is supposed to be a cleaning ground, a dry cleaning center.
Quite curiously, most of the dance are witnessed at Christian weddings.
This dance is done at the reception, not in the church. The one they do in the church is the church dance. It is when they go to the reception, you have the DJ play and you have all that happen. Have in mind that some of the people from both families are not born again. They are not Christians.
Definitely, everything that has to do with obscenity is condemned in Islam. And that is just it. And even mingling of sexes, you know, is something which Islam discourages.
Is there any hope for an end to this phenomenon?
What I do is to teach about marriage, not wedding. Wedding is a day. I teach about the welding after the wedding. So my concentration is not the dance, it's not how big the wedding is, it's not who and what, it's what the marriage is going to be at the end of the day.
Well, you have to, you know, dance like that because it's only day and it's your day. So you just have to, dance it because you're not going to do it twice.
As uncomplimentary as the wedding dance among the present generation may be, it is almost certain that it is a fad that will require some moral redirection to change.